Ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're here live, Richmond International Speedway. And I tell you what, we already got fireworks. Well, at least Ryan W. Daniels does anyways. Hope we don't have too many on the track. Man over there trying to burn his house down with his computer. So I got Dave from Dre Broadcasting up here with me. So anyways, Ryan, get that thing fixed, man. Somehow, some way, work it out. We're going to work out some issues here on the tracks, though, because we're under the lights, Richmond International Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Xfinity Series here. That's right, Richmond, USA. Folks, want to welcome everybody here. Dave, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing great, Joe. Ready to watch some fireworks on the track as you were talking about. It's Richmond.
That's what I'm talking about. Short track racing, man. These guys going to be beating and banging. And, you know, think about it, too, man. We got the Xfinity car tonight. I had fun. I dusted off the old truck last night, got out there and run at Kentucky. I had a good race. Was actually a really good race. I think it was just only a couple cautions, and I got a couple laps down there. Just couldn't make them back up, but I had a lot of fun up there. I started up in the front, so it was definitely fun.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you started second last night, so we were all rooting for you up in the booth. You had a good-looking paint job, so it's nice to see you dust them cobwebs off, get back to your grassroots.
Yeah, I did, man. I'm going to get some more out there. Well, looks like, man, tonight we're gridding this thing up here. Let's go down our grid in order, because Cameron Hearn puts it on pole. Mason Witzel right there in second. Man, in third, Mason Kane out there. Delonte Ballard from SRA, the showstopper right there in fourth. Fifth, Matt Hoover. James Thorndike starting sixth. Eric Tesh, Iceman for the Netherlands. Last week's winner at Watkins Glen starting seventh. Mike Rominger, we call him Mr. Extreme, starting eighth. Oh, Richie Evans right there in ninth. Tyler C. Daniels rounds out the top 10s. We look through the rest of this field, Dave, I'll tell you what, 25 of some bad, fast drivers and some bad, fast cars on a bad, fast Richmond International Speedway here. I hope you guys better get pumped up. What do you think we're going to see here tonight, Dave?
Well, it's short track racing, as I like to say. If you ain't bumping, you're not racing here. It's not a lot of room. You got to get your nose in there to get those passes, so I think we're going to see a lot of fireworks, some paint rubbing, and some bumping and moving, so that's for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you definitely said that right. Paint rubbing, man. It's short track racing, and you got to love short tracks, man. I like them. Xfinity Series cars here, man, iRacing style. We call it the B car here at iRacing. But guys, I tell you what, hey, fasten your seatbelts at home. If you've got a seatbelt on your chair, I've always said it, take a picture because I want to see that. And I really would like to know why you need to be fastened down in your recliner, because that would be kind of cool. But either way, we're about to do 140 laps around Richmond International Speedway under the lights. And I'm kind of getting pumped up for this one. It's going to be interesting, Dave.
Yeah, most definitely, Joe. I'm taking a look at the weather. I think we got a perfect night here for racing. 78 degrees out, partly cloudy. Little bit of a wind, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. But so we got great track temperatures, so we're going to see a lot of grip down on that track.
Yep, absolutely. And that's the thing. Grip, man, helps these guys, helps them get going here. As always, we got a good field, man, of cars out here. Like I said, we got 25 of some of the best here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And it's going to be interesting. Well, we're kind of giving a little bit of, I guess, a taste or a serving of what's to come for next season, because, you know, I don't know if we have officially really announced it yet, Dave, but it's going to be awesome. Me and you here on Wednesday nights calling these races, and I appreciate you stepping up doing that for me. As Ryan, you know, he's got a lot of things going on with his work schedule and whatnot, and we're getting ready here to go green flag racing. But next season here at Extreme is going to be interesting on Wednesday night.
Well, Joey, you said it once before. Where else are you going to see two broadcasters from two different companies working together? Well, they're going to get a whole season of it next year in the Xfinity Series.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a thriller and an awesome thing to do. Like you said, OSR Network with Dre Broadcasting. Like I say, y'all bring him in the Thunder, man, on the Monday and the Tuesday, man. We're bringing it here, man, on the Wednesday and Thursday, and it's going to be awesome in here for ExtremeMotorsports99.com, because they have got a slew of racing. If you love racing, definitely. They got it from the road side to the oval side. They got it from you know, a little bit of everything here. And tonight you're about to see some bad, fast Xfinity cars. B cars and iRacing is what we call it. But as that pace car, man, here comes out of the turn, it's off in the pit road. Green flag's about to fly. That man out front right there, Cameron Hearn, hammers through the gears, and he's off here. Green flag in the air, and we're heading off into turn number 1 here as they get single file, but behind them they are still stacked up. You're going to see a lot of double file racing in tonight. Some patience is going to have to be in. We've already got a car on the wall, and that's a 32 of Mason Kane. No caution. Let's go back on and see what happened to him, Dave. Yeah, actually Mason Kane started up there in the 3rd spot, so let's be interesting to see. He's blinking a little bit right there on the start, but another thing we didn't talk about here, or I didn't get a chance to talk about the pre-show here, was track conditions, because it looked like he just went to go and that car just spun and wham, inside wall right there. Hate to see that.
Yeah, you got to be careful in them restarts, man. You get them tires spinning, that's going to cause that back end to kick out. And you're going to see exactly what happened to the 32 of Mason Kane. He's going to go down to that inside wall. Unfortunately, he hit it hard enough. He is putting black smoke out, so he is going to have to go down and get repaired.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? I was about to say they had a fast fix, but my bad, they don't. That's right. No fast fix error here. I like it. A lot of drivers do, but look who just went in the 2nd spot. I call him the showstopper. That's Delonte Bowden. Looks like we're under caution here. So let's see what we got.
Well, Joe, I'm taking it. Looks like it's going to involve the 51 of Davis Richards there, if I'm not mistaken here. So I'm going to go back and take a look here myself.
Yep, actually, used a little trick you told me about there, and it went right on Davis Richards. Problem is, looks like he blinked out also. I don't know. Looks like he blinked out.
Yeah, I tried to go back and look. I couldn't find him.
Yeah, I couldn't either. Yeah, me either. So, well, we'll just call that obviously we know it was on the 51 out there, unfortunate on his end. Well, caution as always, and I always like to call him maybe one of them typical NASCAR cautions. Somebody threw a hot dog wrapper out there.
Well, we know that wasn't you, was it, Joe?
And no, because they ain't getting hot dog.
Either that or somebody made one too many trips to the beer truck and found their place somewhere they shouldn't have been. But as you said, we are under caution here on lap 6 of 140. So these guys got a small taste, but I have a feeling the fireworks are far from over.
Well, short track racing here. We didn't get to talk too much about it here. This track conditions here might be a little slick. We'll get obviously, knock on wood, I hope this thing goes green flag from now on to the end. But if it doesn't, we'll definitely get to talk with some of the drivers on how this track feels. I mean, after a couple laps, really not going to give us a good indication of what they're feeling so far. So we'll let them get a few more laps in here. But, from my understanding, Richmond can be a slick track. Now, you mentioned it. Track conditions, or the weather, so to speak, is very, very good. So that might give them grip. The thing about it is this track has been known to still be kind of slick.
Yeah, because definitely these drivers are hard on the gas on the front stretches, and then they're hard on the brakes, getting slowed down for these turns. So they're sharp. They got to get those cars slowed down. So as you said, Joe, we're going to see some red rotors out here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely tell you. So we're going to set here to go back green flag racing again here, folks. I'll tell you what, 140 laps here. These guys, man, are going to be kind of exhausted a little bit by the time it's over. John Marine out of the chat. Hot dogs, yeah. Today is National Hot Dog Day. I didn't know that. But you know what's funny? I went to Sheets and I got some hot dogs. So something, I guess, subconsciously told me, go get hot dogs, Joe. Go get hot dogs.
I didn't have hot dogs. I had ice cream today. Ice cream, my Klondike bars are my weakness. I love those Klondike bars.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with ice cream now.
Usually I try to get a banana split from Dairy Queen every now and then. Love them. Great.
Nice.
Well, Joe, looks like we are back to 1 to green. They are double file, getting lined up, ready to go back green flag racing here at Richmond. So they are out for a treat here tonight as they are following that pace car at pace speed.
Yep, absolutely. We're getting set here to go back green flag racing. Sorry about that. I'm just checking out my sound levels and stuff. I always like doing that for the viewers out there. Make sure everything's looking good, sounding good. Everybody, man, having a thrilling of a time here at Richmond. As lights are off on the pace car. We're about set to go back green flag racing here again tonight under the lights. Richmond International Speedway. Here we go, folks. Hang on to your hats. Cameron Hearn, man, out front. Delonte Ballard starts second. He hammers the gears. Green flag in the air. Mason Witzel, boy, that 99 machine right there beside of him, trying to storm off into the turn. They are both stacked up all the way back. Front three get ahead right there, man, nose to tail.
Yeah, but right behind them, man, we have got a pack coming. It's looking like you got Mike Rominger, John Houston, Tyler Daniels back in there, the three of Richie Evans. So they are just battling, trying to get as much track position as they can, as early as they can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're all nose to tail right now. Cameron Hearn, the man out front, he's commanding this one. I just noticed that Delonte Ballard right there in second spot. He has went out and stole Alan J. Elwood's ride, the number 5 ride right there. And he's looking good in that thing, too. So he's got a Alan J. Elwood paint jobs machine out there in that Toyota. That's old Delonte Ballard over from SRA. Dave, I'll tell you what, those guys, Sim Racing Authority, they bring authority every time they come out on a track.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely liked watching them. I try to check out the Extreme Xfinity and Cup Series as much as possible. As you said, they are definitely fast. But I tell you, another driver out here that's looking pretty good right now is going to be the 97 of Nate Trito, starting 21st all the way up into 12th position already, as he is just kind of ticking them off one by one.
Well, you know, we call Nate Trito the hard charger right there. Nate Trito in that 97 machine. The reason we call him the hard charger, well, that man likes charging to the front, and we're under caution again. That's the 88. Looked like he got loose, and then the 59, nowhere to go. Got in the back end of him right there. Hate to see that right there on his end.
Yeah, sometimes I wish these cars had brake lights, but they don't. You kind of got to watch the exhaust. And looks like maybe the 88 got a little hard on the brakes. The back end come around, as you said. They had nowhere to go, but looked like everybody else was able to get around him as he just kind of sat there waiting for the rest of the traffic to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cameron Hearn's commanding this one up front right now. Man out there up front. So, not been able to really run a lot of green flag racing. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to give us a good indication here. But I'll tell you what, see if I can't find old Cameron Hearn through this massive field of team speak drivers here and bring him up here and see if we can't get a talk with him at least. Maybe just to see if he sees anything, or just for the small runs he's had so far, to how's that car feeling. Cameron Hearn, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
10-4.
Well, Cameron, I tell you what, haven't had a lot of green flag racing so far, but can you tell us anything about maybe how that track's feeling out there right now and how the car's feeling?
It's definitely loose getting in. It can get real loose getting off. You really have to feather the throttle. Be interesting to see. I feel like in the long run, though, it'll actually feel pretty good. It's just if we can just make it past the first 10, 15 laps. I feel like the track should tighten up as race goes on. So I'm happy. I like a loose race car.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the track was a little loose. This place is known for that. So I think you got the car, man, to be able to bring this thing home tonight.
I think I got a car as a contender. Now, if the driver can keep it off the wall and keep it out of trouble, I think we have a good shot at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck out there, Cameron.
10-4, appreciate it.
All right. I'll get him way down there at the bottom in the line, some motorsports. Man, looking good out there so far in his machine, and a lot of good-looking machines out here tonight, Dave.
Oh, definitely. That's one thing I love about iRacing, and definitely checking these out. A lot of these drivers spend a lot of time on their paint schemes. Definitely looking good out there. Taking a look here. See if I see any that really kind of caught my eye. I'm taking a look here at the number 1 of Dwayne Culberson. Like that Axlata car there. Definitely a good looking paint scheme, but yeah, these guys put a lot of time and effort into their cars to make them look good.
Yeah, we'll do a rundown of the field here. We can't get a little spread out a little bit. It's what I like doing, man, later on in the race. Let some of these viewers out there, man, check out these awesome paint jobs, awesome drivers behind the wheel of these paint job machines. As I call them, man, the bad, fast drivers and bad, fast cars. And we got a bad, fast little short track tonight here under the lights at Richmond. And this place, man, can be a tricky, it's not quite oval, and it's not quite of a triangle, but it's called, I guess what they call it, a lopsided egg. I don't know.
I usually just call it an out of whack paperclip.
There you go. That's a good one. I like that. That's good. Yeah. Well, we're getting set here to go back green flag racing. Either way, these guys, man, are going to have their hands full here with these cars. I mean, we know the Xfinity car here lately has been a handful, and these guys been out here, but they're professionals. They definitely be able to handle this thing, and it's going to be interesting to see what can go here. Eric Tesh, man, I'm going to tell you what, last week's winner at Watkins Glen, looking good so far in 6th spot.
Yeah, most definitely. But taking a look here up front, 99 Mason Wetzel, older tires. Him and Bryce Sinisak will be leading this group here to the green flag, Joe.
Yes, it will. Pace car's coming out turn 4, ducks off on the pit road. Boy, Mason Wetzel wasting no time. And that 99 machine puts the metal pedal to the floor, takes off, hammers through the gears. He gets a good jump out front right there with Bryce Sinisak right behind him. But don't count out Delonte Ballard. Like you said, they're on good tires. Guys up front on a little bit older tires there. That's Cameron Hearn and him is battling door to door. Gonna try to run down old Bryce in that 09 machine.
Yes, we see Delonte Ballard and Cameron Hearn get around him almost no problem, as they are now chasing down the 99 of Mason Wetzel here. Cameron Hearn and Delonte Ballard, I have a feeling these two are going to be battling most of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as, like they said, as long as they keep the fenders on it and clean, they're looking good up front right now, and they are actually trying to track down the leader here, the 99 of Mason Wetzel. Cameron Hearn's driving in the footsteps there, tire track, so to speak, to Delonte Ballard, the showstopper. That's what I like calling him. The man's trying to steal the show here tonight. I want to welcome everybody out there in the chat. What's going on, George, Tim, and all the other folks? If I missed you, say, hey, man, hit a like, hit a sub. If you don't like it, well, hit a dislike, or I don't really know what to tell you. But, boy, Delonte Ballard, Cameron Hearn almost, lost it right there.
Yeah, just a few laps ago, though, the 5 coming out of turn 2 looked like he was almost lost it. But now Cameron Hearn is under fire from the 96 of Eric Tesk, as they are now battling out for that 3rd position.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I like old Eric Tesh, man. He's one of my favorites out there. I like picking him week to week. I just kind of keep with him, man. You know, the Iceman for the Netherlands. And to think about it, he's actually from the Netherlands there, Dave. So he's about 5 hours ahead of us. One of the most dedicated racers that you'll see. The car on the wall back there in the back. But one of the most dedicated racers you'll see. Man's here week in and week out. And he does it about 4 or 5 times a week racing.
Yeah, and I'm just looking right back here in 5th position. There is the 97 and 8 Trito. So he has definitely been a hard charger here, coming from 21st up into 5th place, as he is now looking to try to catch the 96 of Eric Tesk.
It is. Well, we're under caution here. Let's see if we can go back on that, see what happened. We're going to take it back here, man, to see what the replay shows.
That's going to be the 25 of David Elliott getting loose and into the outside wall.
Well, it's showing me the 29 slid. Did David Elliott get caught up in that with him?
No, the replay I'm watching, he just kind of came in hard into the turn, a little hard on the brakes, slid up into the outside. But I'm not, let me take a look here.
Yeah, the 29, yeah, went back on the 29. He slid himself, Matthew Wazenbach. But I'm watching the 25 here also. Maybe it's 2 incidents one time that they got triggered here. But what's it? Yeah, he went into the turn like what you just saw right there. Yeah, 25. David Elliott. Then he overcorrected. Boom, punched the outside wall. Matthew Wazenbach only slid on the inside there. And a lot of these cars, I want to apologize. Some of them are showing up as black cars. That's usually that old Xfinity glitch, man. How they save the cars and whatnot. Nothing I can really do on that end. Because I definitely like showcasing a lot of these guys' hard work in the paint jobs and stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. But taking a look here, 27 laps in the book. Cameron Hearn leading 15 of those, but our current race leader, the 99 of Mason Wetzel, now leading 12 laps. So that's the only two leaders we've had so far here tonight.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Cameron Hearn's been able to take that point back up front there with Delonte Ballard right there in second. Nate Trito, like you were talking, look at that, has moved it up in the third spot. And Matt Hoover, that's another guy. Don't count him out. He's already won one here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com in the Xfinity Series, so definitely don't count him out. Tyler C. Daniels right there in the fifth spot, rounds out the top five. But I'll tell you what, is awesome, man, tonight. And looking at the chat out here, it's old John Marine's out here talking. He said earlier, he goes, if you dislike this action, I want to go see a doctor or psychologist. And yeah, I agree. You might have some head problems, but then again, I don't know. You can watch golf. Me and Dave play some golf.
That's not necessarily true, Joe. I've got some head problems, and I love this action.
Well, I got proof of head problems too, man, and I like it. So maybe, I don't know.
I think we're just going to have to send them to another country because it's just un-American.
That's what I'm talking about. How can you not like this? Awesome horsepower. I want to appreciate everybody coming out, man. It's always a pleasure, man, to see everybody filing in here to watch the action here. ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. Well, if you like Extreme, we definitely got more Extreme tomorrow night. Richmond again, under the lights. Cup action. Some of the best here. And when I say some of the best of the best, I mean, and probably also some of the best of the best in iRacing, because we got some pro-style drivers, some peak antifreezes in there. I love watching those guys, man, race on Tuesday nights with iRacing and Race Spot and whatnot. It is awesome. And Ryan's out there, man. He's out there trying to burn his house down, folks. So don't mind him.
Well, the good thing is, Joe, I'm a volunteer fireman, but he lives way too far away from me to respond if he does try that.
Yeah, he had a whole neighborhood burnt down.
That might burn the whole city down by the time I get there.
All right, lights on the one. The pace car. Sorry back there. I was eating a cookie. Pace car's in, Dave. Here we go. Back to green flag racing again. Lap 31 in the books of 140. Cameron Hearn still moves them out front there. Delonte Ballard in second. Nate Trito is trying to power that thing. And speaking of Nate Trito, Dave, he's got one of the best spotters in the business. That's right, Superman Jake Nichols. But boy, I'll tell you what, there's a huge wreck back there with the 9 car of Aiden Young.
Yeah, I saw that right there. He just seen me spinning around like a helicopter there in the middle of the track.
Yeah, he did. Wow. I'll tell you what I was saying before there is you talk about Nate Trito. He's got one of the best in the business for a spotter, and that would be Jake Nichols out there. So he's definitely got a good spotter, good mentor, and the man knows how to race some cars. And watching this replay here, just seeing what happened, and yeah, he just lost it, overcorrected. Oh, right in front of the 87, and John Houston's there. Nowhere to go. Oh, and the 25. Matthew Wassenbach just skimmed by.
Eric Tesk was also involved in that, Joe.
Oh, Eric Tesk involved. Hate to see that, man. It's just one of those deals. Nowhere to go. You know, just gap closes up. Well, you know me, Ryan. I'm always in a joking mood, man. That's just how I am. Because you know what? Life ain't getting me down. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That's a new song by Joe, by the way.
I'm not even going to try to sing, Joe. I'll scare away all the viewers.
I probably will too, but hey, that's all right. Like I always say, one viewer, million viewers. I'm still going to have fun up here. You know, it's a blast, man. I love it. Boy, I tell you what, like everybody coming out, good race so far. Cameron Hearn's been the man on point. Nate Trito's right there. Hey, Nate might steal this one up there, but Matt Hoover's there also. And look at Tyler C. Daniels moving up in the fourth, and Mike Rominger. And a little history on Mike Rominger there, Dave. He is one of the Extreme originals here. Multiple series champion here, and we call him Mr. Extreme for a reason, because like I say, he's one of the originals here at Extreme. So he's a long-running standing member here and has done great things. Good guy to talk to, by the way.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, all these guys here at Extreme, no matter the series, they're all helpful. You know, I hear drivers all the time pop in, ask questions, you know, should I try it this way? You know, most of these drivers, yeah, they're out on the track competing against one another. They want to win, but, you know, they'll help you out as best as they can, as long as you just ask them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was down there talking to Jake, man, before the race, and, you know, always trying to pick his brain when the Cup car, obviously might as well. And like I said, I talk about the SRA guys, and there's a lot of other ones. I could just hear a long laundry list, man, of drivers out here that can help you out. So you're right, John, coming up on completion about 25%. We're at lap 35 of 140. We go back green flag, probably going to be lap 37 of 140 in the books. Starting off a little rocky, but I tell you what, it's short track racing for you. It's Richmond. I mean, hey, and what they say about Virginia, it's for the lovers, but you got to love this style of racing.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing on my bucket list is definitely go to Richmond and watch a actual live night race, the Cup Series. It's on my bucket list. I will get it done one day.
Well, that sounds like it's awesome. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you something, man. It's probably going to shock everybody in the world. I've never been to a NASCAR race, ever.
Hell, Joe, neither have I, but I want to. I just haven't had the opportunity to.
Yeah, I'm more of a drag racer. I love going to there, listening to sound, power, those things. But I've never been. Love watching on TV, and I've watched it since way back in the early days. You know, early days.
Back when the dinosaurs were drag racing.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. They were doing circles around the hill.
T-Rex versus the long neck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and swooped in and took it all. Pace car's in. Cameron Hearn's going to put the hammer down, take off. Going to try to hold off man a hard charger. Nate Trito. Look at Matt Hoover and the Birdie's construction machine. That man's got some good construction work to do. Right now, he's trying to build on it. But boy, Nate Trito gets a drive off that turn like no other.
Yeah, most definitely. These two are pulling away from the rest of the field already. We did see that hard charge there from Matt Hoover, but he is dropping back as Cameron Hearn and Nate Trito are starting to pull away with it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Cameron Hearn's able to pull away from him somewhat. Boy, Nate Trito right there with him. Matt Hoover sitting in the third spot. Tyler C. Daniels in fourth. Mike Rominger right there in the mix, sitting in the fifth spot. Got a good battle going on with Richie Evans. And old Bryce Senesac right there for 6th and 7th spot.
Yeah, look right back there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Delonte Ballard now sitting in the 10th position as he is now looking to the inside there of the 59 of James Thorndike.
He went into the pits before that caution. Took his pit stop. Yep. Yeah, I saw him go down on pit road. I guess he figured it was time to go ahead and get in there and get him full fresh tires. It's paying off dividends right now because, boy, he is just moving it up in the 8th spot. He's up underneath old Dwayne Cumberson right there in the number 1 machine, taking that spot away from him, putting him in 8th. Looking good so far. He's going to try to track down Richie Evans, so he's got a long way to go. But I tell you what, he's got about 100 laps to do it there, so plenty of time for him to make it up. Just be very careful.
Sitting there taking a look at the chat, John. We were talking about dinosaur racing. John Marine's out there saying he wish he could see Big Daddy Don Garlitis in his prime.
That'll be Don Garlis.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Don Garlis. That's all right. Big Daddy Don Garlis. That's the only reason I do it is because I watch drag racing. Yeah, Big Daddy Don Garlis. Boy, I tell you what, one of the innovators back then in the funny cars and whatnot. Man, was awesome, man, to watch back in his day. So definitely, man, can sit here and talk about that for hours and hours. We got some good racing throughout the field here, Dave. I'm back here in the 12th spot. Ethan Kurt's been able to move up there. Colton Lane's another one there in 11th. James Thorndike sitting right there in the 10th. So some good jockeying around. Mason Witzel, who was up front earlier on, is back there in the back in 13th. So he's going to have to be a little patient to get that thing to the front.
Yeah, I've been watching some of these cars, especially coming out of turn 2. It looks like the back end's just getting a little loose. I've seen a couple cars doing the wiggle. They're coming out of turn 2 as these drivers got to feather that throttle to keep it under control.
Well, that's just like what Cameron said during the caution. Got to be very, very patient here because this thing is very, very, very slick, so to speak. You know, Nick Hunt back here in the 15th spot. Matthew Wazenbach's back there with him. So, but up front, Nate Trito has found his way around Cameron Hearn.
I'll tell you what, that's a hard charger. They're coming from 21st to 1st in just 46 laps, especially here at Richmond.
Yep, absolutely. Just got word, man, out there that old Eric Tess got some engine trouble out of that last incident. You know, that's just short track racing. It is what it is. They fanned out a little bit now. I'll tell you what we're going to do here right fast, Dave, is we'll go up here to a leader, Cameron Hearn. Well, actually, well, Nate Trito was the leader, and Cameron Hearn's the leader. Wow, they're up there battling with those things. I blinked my eyeball, and guess what? I switched position.
Yeah, as I see him go around the lap car there, not sure what happened, but man, that 87 of Keith Haney's got some heavy front end damage on that machine. It's also got some heavy back end damage as well, as that's definitely keeping him off pace as these leaders are definitely getting around him.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what here. Let's do our OSR Network rundown here throughout the field. Show off some of these paint jobs here, Dave. Out front, Cameron Hearn looking good. Nate Trito right there in second. Matt Hoover sitting in third place. Delonte Ballard, he's right there in fourth, just hanging on. And as we say that, the 45 machine, Tyler C. Daniels, goes sliding. Well, we were right there, Bryce Sinisek. No caution, but a little contact between him and Bryce. Bryce in the 5th spot. Mike Rominger there in 6th. James Thorndike in 7th. Dwayne Cummers is sitting in 8th. Mason Witzel's been able to power that thing back up to the front there in the 9th spot. And Tyler C. Daniels, who was actually there, he's actually in 10th. Colton Lane sitting in 11th. We got old Mike Franklin right here running up there pretty good in the 12th spot. Ethan Kurtz in that number 20 machine. He's all keeping on running right there. He's in the 13th. 14th, Nick Hunt with that one hair flying out in the wind. Looking good in that Remember machine, him there. And he's got old, let's say Daniel Haney out there in the 15th spot. 16th, Matthew Wasbach, not having the night he would like, but definitely back there in 16th. Old Richie Evans running in the number 3, 17th. First car, 1 lap down. Keith Haney, another one right there in the 8th spot. Eric Tess, he's out there just trying to get some laps going here in 19th. John Houston's in the pit, all tore up. And you got Aiden Young, 21st. David Elliott, 22nd. Davis Richards, 22nd, or 23rd. Mason Kane, 24th. That rounds out your field. And we're back up here to the front. So kind of give you a rundown order, man, of what's going on out there, folks. As I like to do that. Somebody in the chat said one time, Dave, they liked it. So I said, why not? We'll see what we can do.
Most definitely got to give the fans what they like, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I want to appreciate everybody coming out. Right now, been a good race. They're fanned out pretty good. Cameron Hearn in charge up front. Nate Trito there in second. Matt Hoover's running in third. Delonte Ballard's trying to power that thing back up. You was talking about him earlier on. Well, he's back up in the 4th spot. Bryce Sinisak's right there. So you got to realize, I tell you what, Mike Rominger looks like he's heading off in the pit road.
Yeah, taking a look here, our top 3, Cameron Hearn, Nate Trito, Matt Hoover, got about 40 laps since their last pit. Bryce Sinisak sitting right about 23. Then you got James Thorndike, Mason Wetzel, and Dwayne Culberson sitting right about 29 to 30 laps since their last pit. So I'm not sure the pit window here, but I think we're going to find out, as they are on a pretty good green flag run right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a good green flag run. This is what they wanted, was to get kind of settled down, get into a groove, just so to speak, a little bit. Get out here, fill out what these cars can do, because this track can be tricky, man, with these cars. as we got a good battle going on right here. Delonte Ballard's got Bryce Senesac on his back deck lid. They also going around the lap car there. That would be of Richie Evans' number 3 machine. So right now, when the leaders are catching a lot of these lap down cars on the tail end of the field, and you know what that means? That means that, you know, trouble lurks at every corner for the leader from this point on.
Yes, and not only are they battling the track and the car behind them, but now they have got the worry of when they're coming up on the slower lap traffic, is they got to make sure they can get around them safely and keep themselves out of trouble. Usually going to slow them down and let that guy behind them close that gap.
Yep, absolutely. Riding along here with Bryce Senesac. He is trying to follow in the tire tracks of Delonte Ballard, because Delonte is definitely putting it up pretty good in that Alan J. Elwood design Toyota from SRA camp out here. He's representing the lone SRA man out here, from my understanding, coming over here on the Xfinity side. But you'll see some more of those guys tomorrow night in the Cup Series, as it'll be always, man. As Bryce Senesac's right there. He's a newcomer, came from the Truck Series. He's a past truck champion at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Definitely had a thriller there. He won that thing in the last race of the last season when he won his championship. He jumped up here to the Xfinity. He's also in the Cup Series, so he's moving on up in the world.
Yeah, but you may move up into the higher series, but that just means you've got all that much better drivers to compete against. But he's holding his own here, sitting in the top 5. But just an interesting fact here. I'm taking a look at the best lap time out on the track. That was actually put down by the 32 of Mason Kane, who ran a 20.567, but unfortunately he's disconnected due to the first lap incident there on that start.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Kind of look, though, you're talking about lap times right now. Mason Witzel's one of those ones who is actually putting down some very impressive times to be in traffic along with James Thorndike right there. But, you know, Cameron Hearn, you know, he's the bad fast. Him and Nate Trito are staying in the 21-1s right there up front. And if you're staying there in the 21-1s, the problem is, Dave, is it looks like it's jockeying around as far as lap time goes. One time one's fast one lap, the next one's fast the next lap. They're all so evenly matched, it's very hard to make up time. It's almost like the race I raced last night. I had a very fast truck, enjoyed it, had a fun time. Problem was, if you got into trouble, you couldn't make up much time. Plus, there wasn't a lot of cautions if you got a lap down, and I got a couple laps down there. So just one of those races where you have to, man, put the whole package together. That's kind of what this race is filling out right now.
Yeah, most definitely is. I seen that there for a little while. Cameron Hearn had about a 1.5 second lead, but while 67 of Cameron Hearn was going through lap traffic, Nate Trito was able to close that down to under a second. But now Nate Trito's got to get around 2 more lap cars in front of him to separate him and the race leader, 67 of Cameron Hearn.
Absolutely, and you talk about, too, we got a battle right here for the 3rd spot. Delonte Ballard goes on the inside. It's going to bring along Bryce Senesac on the high side there as they try to battle with Matt Hoover. But that's what we was talking about there, Dave, is lap traffic. Now that they're getting into it, it lurks, you know, danger lurks at every corner. You got to keep on your toes here. And that's short track racing, typical short track. A lot of guys come in here with the mentality of, I'm going to just dominate, I'm going to just ride. But when you come into a short track, you got to understand that you got to be aware of your surroundings. Sometimes it's not always, man, a mess up you do, but you always got to be aware of what's going on in front of you, behind you, side you, everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, it's short track racing. I tell you, I go to a local dirt track, usually on Saturday nights, and watch them. It's only a 1 mile track, but it's like you said, and you know, being out on this track, it's not my favorite track. I'm not the best of it, but I tell you, it's a blast, even though it's you're pretty congested on that track. Now, taking a look here, looks like our leaders are sitting right about 55 laps, so we have had a few cars that have elected to go down pit road. The 3 of Richie Evans, as pitted here about 6 laps ago. Eric Tesk just about 1 lap go. And taking a look here, it looks like all the ones out on the track. Actually, Eric Tesk is still down on pit road, so looks like he came back in to try to get some more damage fixed as he was out on the track. But we are now sitting here, only 12 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, absolutely right there. I tell you what, sorry about that. I had to look at something right fast. Dave, you're right, man. The race right now is looking very, very good out here. Looking very good. These guys, man, are actually putting on a good show, and it's fanning out pretty good. They got a 1.9 second lead. Cameron Hearn's just running away with this one so far, so good. Bryce Sinisek right there in the 4th spot. Delonte Ballard's been able to move it up. He's a man on the move. He's putting down some bad, fast times, so I don't think it'll be that long. He might be on the back deck lid there, Nate Trito.
Yeah, going back into that 5th position, though, I've been watching the 99 there, Mason Wetzel. He was about 2.5 seconds there behind Matt Huber. The last few laps, though, he has been running some fast lap times. He has now closed that gap to under 6/10, so he is coming up on the back deck lid there, Matt Hoover, as he is trying to work his way back in the top 5. You know, as these guys are fanned out pretty good, we have cars all over the track. Now 11 cars on the lead lap. Last one on the lead lap is going to be the 20 of Ethan Kurtz, as he is showed right about 20 seconds there behind the race leader, the 67 of Cameron Hearn.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man, these guys, man, are looking good. Right now, Cameron Hearn, a man out front. Nate Trito looking good in the 2nd spot. Delonte Ballard right there in 3rd. You're right. As it's everybody's getting fanned out pretty good. Got settled down. Little I guess a little itchy, man, there at first, you know, Dave. These guys, man, definitely you know, they got to fill these cars out. Don't know what to expect. Got to get the right track position, you know, track conditions in here. Got to get the cars filled out. Unfortunately, some of these guys out here got caught up in some incidents. But, you know, what's that old saying? Cream rises to the top.
Yeah, most definitely, because I tell you what, once again here, it looks like the 99 Mason Wetzel has caught the 5th and 4th place cars as he has come up on Matt Hoover and Bryce Sinisek. So I have a feeling Matt Hoover goes to the outside of Bryce Sinisek here, is these guys are now battling for that 4th position as they are side by side coming into turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, you're right, side by side. Got a good battle, though, going on back here. Also, for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot, Bryce Sinisek, he's under some battling going on here with the Matt Hoover, but you got Mason Witzel's been on the power of that 99 machine up there. He's looking on the inside of Matt Hoover right now for that 5th spot.
Yeah, we saw him go to the back of the field there after his pit stop there after bleeding. So he has actually drove all the way through the field here and actually just completed that pass over Matt Hoover, as he is now looking to take away the 4th spot from Bryce Sinisek.
Yeah, he did. Took over the 5th and the 4th spot just like that. Now, looks like Bryce got a little bit of damage. He's got old Matt Hoover on the inside of him right there, as Bryce is just trying to hang on to that car. Maybe going to try to get some optional done here if they get in under the green flag, pit stops and whatnot. So Mason Witzel been able to power that thing back to the front and 4th spot. Delonte Ballard still there in 3rd, trying to close in on the 2nd place. And Nate Trito, who is just losing ground to Cameron Hearn. I mean, Cameron Hearn has these guys covered here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. But Joe, as you said, though, even though you're out front, you're leading, you're in clean air, as we see a car there down on the inside, you got to be careful, because one mistake is all it takes, and it could put an early night to your race.
I'll tell you what, you're talking about the man out front, Cameron Hearn. I mean, he is lapping this field. We've only got 8 cars on the lead lap out here, and he is putting a hurt lock on the field right now. It's just a matter of time, I think, if this thing goes green flag, like I said earlier, through the whole entire thing, because we're at lap 85, 140, he could end up pretty much almost lapping this whole entire field. And what a dominating performance that would be.
Yeah, but I'm taking a look here. We're 55 laps to go. Cameron Hearn now is 70 laps since his last pit stop. So it looks like these guys can make it on maybe one more pit stop here. So we'll have to wait and see how the green flag pit stop, because even though it's a short track, getting on pit road here is definitely tricky.
Well, you talk about pit stops. Nate Trito says, I've had enough, seen enough. I'm coming into pits now. Here he's got his green flag stop. Like you said, should be able to go the entire way from here on out. We'll have to make sure and see. Matthew Wazenbach's in there too. You're right, John, out there. Nice long green flag run here. We're under the lights. ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. And hey, I got old Dave, man, from Dre Broadcast up here with me in the booth, man. I tell you what, calling all this action, and it's fun, man, to see him up here. And it's like I said before, I think like me and Dave said before, is, hey, not going to see it too many other places. I'm not going to say it had never been done or not being done, but I haven't seen it since I've been here on iRacing. Two broadcast companies coming together. Not only two broadcast companies, obviously we've seen two commentators from different broadcasters go together, but the two owners of the two broadcast companies come together and bring a race. Usually egos come into play, but you know what, man, I ain't here to compete. I'm here to have fun and call a race.
I definitely agree, Joe. I'm here because I don't have to push any buttons. I don't have to do all the production side. I just get to enjoy the race, call the race, interact with the fans. I don't have any of the other worries that you know what I'm talking about as being a broadcaster and doing the production side of it. So I'm just here to enjoy and watch.
Well, that's what I do sometimes, man, on that side of it, of the fence, so to speak. It's good, man, to sometimes relax. We have our days off, man, to get out here. It's awesome, man, to see. And John Marine, we call him the accountant over here at OSR Network. The man just keeps up with the numbers probably better than I do sometimes. And, the 51 machine is in the wall again. Davis Richards not having the night he would like. And Cameron Hearn, well, he went into the pits. He did take his green flag stop because Mason Witzel's back up front leading this one, but he just got back on the lead that. Now, here's my question to you, Dave. Since well, wait a minute. We got a caution. I got a feeling that's where the 51 didn't get started right.
Well, actually, I'm showing it involved the 59 here. Let me take a look back here.
Yeah. Well, let me go. I know the 50. I'll go on the 59. And John said, yeah, imagine NFL on Fox and NFL on CBS calling an NFL football game with no competition. That's not going to work.
May not work for them, but it works for us, Joe.
Well, that's what I'm saying, yeah. Well, I'm watching the 59 here. I saw the 51 there. He was trying to get him straightened out because luckily he was trying to head off into pit road. I believe that the caution got triggered by iRacing when the 51 backed up and tried to get going. And you know it, I know sometimes that happens. It looks like he spun going into pit road with the 51. And the good thing is Cameron Hearn had just got his lap back, so he doesn't have to use a lucky dog. The problem is a lot of guys got trapped the lap down. That would mean Nate Trito, Delonte Ballard, Nick Hunt, Daniel Haney, just to name a few there, got trapped the lap down. Now, Nate Trito will get the lucky dog, but Delonte Ballard, not so much.
Yeah, that yellow flag there hurt a lot of drivers. They were waiting for the leaders to come down onto pit road. So this is going to shake things up. So we'll just have to wait and see how this is going to play out, Joe.
Absolutely. Well, what's going on? We got another John out in the chat. I'll tell you what's the John show in the chat, man. I always get a slew of Johns out here. So, we got John, I hope I'm going to say this right, Brummett. Awesome there. And, we got John Marine, obviously, out there. John T. Wimmis out there. And Ryan Daniels is back out there. Awesome. That is awesome, Ryan. Like I say, it's good to have friends in low places. And I ain't talking about the whiskey bar either.
There's always a friend at the bottom of a whiskey bottle.
I guess. If you're talking about tequila, it might be the worm.
No, the worm is not my friend, that's for sure.
You know what? See if we can't get old Mason Witzel up here, man, for a chat right fast. I don't think the lights are still on the pace car, ain't it? Yep.
Yeah, lights are still on.
All right, good deal. Well, let's go Mason Witzel up here. We hadn't talked to nobody in a while. I had a long green flag run there for a little bit. So we'll get a real quick insight on what he feels like this car feels to him. Mason Witzel, Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Joe.
I'll tell you what, man, that 99 machine's looking good out there. He was able to power it up to the front there a little bit, that long green flag run. How's your car feeling tonight? You think you got enough to pull it off?
Yeah, I've just been saving tires, just trying to drive smart, avoid the accidents, let people spin out, and just take my time.
Well, definitely paying off for you in that 99 machine. Looking good here. So how's the track to you out there so far?
Track's good. It rewards you if you're consistent and you can hit your marks, so that's the plan. Go to the front here and drive off.
Oh, absolutely. Looking good so far. Well, wish you the best out there.
Thank you.
All righty. Well, folks, that's Mason Witzel right there as we get him back down there in his room. As I can actually find his room. I think he was... Yep, it was logged on. My bad. You know, there's so many team speaks down there, Dave. I always forget where I pull these guys sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I usually have Shulu doing it. He tends to remember better than I do.
Yeah, I know. That's terrible. Well, pace car's in. Man's going back to work in his machine up there. Cameron Hearn up front. Bryce Cinesax right there. Mason Witzel beside him. Green flags in the air. Here we go. Definitely underway here. Hopefully get another good long green flag run. Oh, look at old Ethan Kurtz. Man, I'm going to tell you what, that guy's had an up and down season. It's good to see him up there running in the 5th spot. Hopefully he come out of here with a good run along with Dwayne Cummison right there in the 4th spot.
Oh, most definitely. Looks like Nate Trito there back in 7th. Just got around the 82 of Mike Franklin, so he is making a hard charge here trying to get back up front. The question is, does anybody have anything for Cameron Hearn as he has led now 75 laps out of the 99 Ram?
Yep, absolutely. Well, right now they're going through some lap traffic. Mason Witzel, the man in 2nd spot. He's got Bryce Cinesack right there all over, and Dwayne Cummison has been able to move that thing from 16th all the way to 4th. Matt Hoover still right there in the 5th spot. Look at old Nate Trito. He's back at it again. Trying to hard charge it to the front. Like we was talking about old Ethan Kurtz. He is definitely right there, man, in the 7th spot. Holding on to it. Mike Franklin, another one, been able to move up in 8th. Delonte Ballard, back on the lead lap, trying to move to the front. To round out top 10s, old James Thorndike.
Yeah, but look at that, Joe. Only 11 cars left on the lead lap here as we are now 40 laps to go here at Richmond International.
Yeah, no doubt. I tell you, oh, when Nate Trito's around. Oh, spun on the front stretch. I don't think he hit anything, but just looped that car right there. We saw that one live. Luckily, he didn't hit anything, man, going around.
Yeah, I tell you, one person that didn't want to see that yellow was going to be the 67 of Cameron Hearn, because that is going to line them up nice and tight again.
Well, you talk about that, and that is a good point. He looked very good on the long green flag runs. This right here is going to give guys an opportunity to strike and strike big on him, because you know what I know, it's a concentration thing to get those restarts just right there each and every time. It's also going to give Mason Witzel and those boys an opportunity to get up there and maybe rattle his cage just a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes out here I've found that if you can get on that back bumper of them and feel that rear view mirror, a lot of these drivers, I have a hard time doing it, not driving the rear view mirror. You know, you start looking at rear view mirror, you see that car right behind you, you see it going left, you see it going right. Next thing you know, you make a mistake. So they can definitely be hoping that they can get on that back bumper there of Hearn and just kind of rattle it just enough to make a mistake to where they can get around him and take that lead away. tell you about a shocker right there. There, the 67 of Cameron Hearn going back down on pit road, handing that lead over to the 99 of Mason Wetzel here with 37 laps to go. Didn't think I'd see any of the leaders going out, but also the 13 of Matt Hoover there down on pit road as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely a good one right now. It's got Mason Wetzel out front. As Cameron Hearn goes and takes a pit stop, he's definitely going to need us. So this is where Mason might want to be here as we're getting ready to go for some good green flag racing.
Yeah, these guys should be able to make it on field, no problem. So just trying to think, though, I don't know if I would have did the same move there that Cameron Hearn did, but doesn't look like he's hurting too bad as he is currently being showed back in 6th position.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, as Cameron Hearn, I think he'll be able to power that thing back to the front. He's just got to be very, very methodical. If we get another long green flag run, definitely be easy on it, and definitely will be easy coming up to the front.
Well, not just does he have to worry about that, he's got to worry about all the lap traffic, as it seems these leaders here catch him in a hurry. So he's going to have to not only battle the 5 other cars in front of him, but that lap traffic as well, and make sure, try not to get caught up in any of them that might spin out in front of him.
Yep, absolutely. You're 100% right. Definitely, man, these guys, man, are looking good out here. So I feel like it's been a good race so far. So it's typical short track racing. I mean, we had a long green flag run. We're lap 106 here, 140. So let's see what we can come about this thing, man, as we get going.
Well, taking a look at the chat there, Joe, it looks like Shane Keys has got his money on the 67, so looks like somebody's putting their paycheck on the line. They think the 67 will be able to come through this traffic no problem. We're about to find out. Even though the lights are still on the pace car, I think the next time around we should get the 1 to go mark.
Yep, absolutely. 1 to go this time by. Bryce Senesac up front there with Mason Wetzel. Dwayne Cumberson right there in 3rd. Ethan Kurtz in 4th. Cameron Hearn rounds out the top 5. Going to be awesome.
Yep, there we go. Lights on the pace car are now off. We are back 1 to green. Getting ready to go green flag racing.
Yep, absolutely. Here we go back green flag racing. Mason Wetzel, the man out front, pulls out there. So we're going to see if Cameron Hearn can go through traffic and see if he can't get back up front there where he was all along. A little blinking going on behind him. That's definitely not what you want to see. It's Ethan Kurtz. Now, Ethan, it was funny. I was talking to him before the race, and we're under caution.
Oh, the 67 and the 5 of Delonte Ballard made contact.
Oh, they did. It looks like James Thorndike was one of those, man, that got tore up too. So let's go on to 59 because it might have started on his end there. I saw him around as he was up there, or he might have just been a victim of circumstance. Yeah, the 69 machine was up in front of him. Number 5 machine. Ethan was blinking in front of him. That's what I was going to say. I was talking to Ethan earlier, and he said he had a wild setup. Oh, the 59, yeah, spun hard to wall. Right into the 51, too. And the 67, I see him up there drifting a little bit on the replay. Looks like he was able to hold on to his car, though. Wow, some good action here, man. Short track racing action. Guys, it's been a thriller so far, man, here at Richmond.
Yeah, most definitely, as we are being led here with the 99 of Mason Wetzel. Bryce Senesac sitting 3rd or 2nd. Cameron Hearn sitting 4th. Ethan Hurd sitting in the 3rd position. Even though we did see Ethan there having a little bit of connectivity issues, but hopefully he'll get that straightened out and see if he can't battle these guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, we are sitting here on lap 110 of 140, 30 laps to go. Right now, currently 12 cars back on the lead lap. 60 of Colton Lane being the last one on the lead lap. As it looked like he got the lucky dog and is taking the end of the line penalty here. As we are now on lap 111 of 140, getting ready to go back green flag racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Going back green flag racing. Mason Witzel, the man up front with Bryce Senesack there in second. It's going to be interesting to see as old Cameron Hearn's going to move back up in the fourth. If not, Cameron Hearn can bring that 67 to the front here, or Mason Whistle could hang on to it because we're at lap 111 here with 140. Hey, typical man, short track racing. Got a lot of excitement happening up here. These guys might have been beating and banging each other's fenders off of them. But hey, short track under the lights. Richmond International Speedway here, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Xfinity Series. I want to welcome everybody out there. Appreciate everybody out coming out tonight. As always, man, it's Joe White up here in the booth here at OSR Network. Got old Dave up here too, man. So what's going on? He from Dre Broadcast, by the way, folks. If y'all don't know that.
Nah, I'm just a local redneck out here enjoying some high horsepower, high octane racing.
I'm enjoying a cookie.
Where's my cookie?
I've seen it in the mail.
Yeah, that thing will be stale by the time it gets here. But don't worry, I got some no-bake cookies out there waiting on me as soon as this race is over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Joe White's keeping his streak alive of eating during a race. So we are going to have to keep a count on this. I think he's setting a world record with this.
Hey, look, I come up here with a couple wires, man. As much time and effort I put in it, every once in a while I slam a cookie, man, in the old pie hole while I'm talking. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're bringing the action out here on the track. Gotta love it. Look at old Ethan Kurtz there in third. Lights off on the pace car, Dave. They're about to get bad fast out here at Richmond.
Oh, can't wait to see. We're having 28 laps to go. 28 lap shootout is one of your famous sayings. We got wicked fast drivers and wicked fast cars.
Absolutely, on a bad fast track, pace cars in, green flag in the air, lap 114 of 140. Boy, look at Mason Witzel put the hammer down. I always call that metal pedal to the floor. The man's out there like Flintstone on crack, man, pedaling that thing around here on this track. Looking good. Bryce in the second. They fan out. Cameron Hearn has moved up in the third here because they take a 3 wide back there.
Yeah, that's going to be the 5 at Delonte Bauer, and he is moving up into that 4th position as he is making his way here to the front. Also, the 97 of Nate Trito, we saw him with an earlier spin a few laps ago. He has moved his way back up into 8th place as he is now battling the 20 of Ethan Kurtz side by side coming into turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'll tell you what, Cameron Hearn is a man on a mission, possessed right now. He has pulled up in the second spot, went around Bryce. Can anybody do anything with that 67? Right now we're going to see, and we're under caution.
Oh, that's going to be the 20 of Ethan Kurtz.
Oh, yeah, it is. Hate to see that. I'll tell you what, let's go back on here. He wasn't having the good start that he wanted. Let's go back on the replay here. It's right there near Nate Trito. And old Matt Hoover comes off the turn. Kind of watching right here. He's door to door with the 97. Don't know if they might have made a little contact or not. Okay, but they just lost it coming off the turn. That's just like it's typical. These guys might be getting back into the throttle too soon, or it's typical Richmond, man. It's just really loose car coming off the turns.
Well, we've had a couple restarts now. He's sitting 23 laps since his last pit. So, maybe these restarts are starting to take a wear on these tires.
Yep, absolutely. And why not? Come in and get you 4 fresh Goodyears, but don't do it. I'll tell you what, they don't. Front runners all stay out. What would you have done in that situation?
Let's see. We're at Richmond. 21 second lap times, 23 to go. Let's see. On the lead lap, you got 12 cars. I think I'd stay out and take the track position.
All right, good deal. Well, yeah, we're under caution, so it's 40 seconds a lap.
Yeah, you know what I mean. When they go green flag racing, geez.
Yeah. There you go. Well, definitely. But I'm saying under caution, would you have went here at this point? Like you say, knowing there's only 12 you'd only be as far back as 12, pretty much. And might have stemmed if you'd been up front, maybe brought several other cars. Obviously, if I was back in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, why not come in? You're not going to lose that much positions. Come in and get your 4 fresh tires now, probably help you on through later on in the race.
Well, I mean, you can take that into effect, but you also got to take into the effect what are the drivers in front of you that stayed out on them older tires? What are they going to do? I mean, you could take a hit on track position, but that might just put you in a key position where somebody spins out in front of you and you get even worse damage.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're back in, there's 13 cars on the lead lap. So let's say if you're in 10th spot, you're only going to lose 3 positions. So see what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're further up, further up. Hey, you got to think in strategy, man. Strategy.
I am thinking strategy. Mine is track position.
But if you're in 10th and there's only 13 cars on the lead lap, it's only 3 other cars behind you that you're going to lose.
The only problem is, Joe, I never have to worry about that because I will never be in 10th position at Richmond International anyways.
Yeah, me neither. Say, look, forget about it. It's a done deal. Me and Dre just come to the conclusion we would be the ones back at 25th spot. So there you go.
Just looking at the chat here, John Marine's out there asking, was that a Davism? I don't know.
There you go.
Did I just have a Davism?
Did we? See, that's just me. They always talk about Joe-isms, and I don't know what in the world they're talking about. They just, see, you got to watch these guys, man, in the chat. They get you.
Yeah, I think I just got. Now I want to go back and watch the replay on the broadcast just to check to see if maybe I did have a Davism.
Yeah, they'll tell you. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's definitely a first.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what. These guys up here, man, are about to have a first. Can Cameron Hearn overtake this 99? We're going to have less than 20 laps to go here. I always say business about to pick up front here, Dave. It's go time, run what you brung. These guys, man, I got to think about it because lap times here will click off very fast once you're going green flag around here. Like you said, 20-second lap times, 20, 21, 22-second lap times. Be very fast, man, paced here. So that 20, 19, 18 laps will go by very quickly.
Well, considering they're turning about 3 laps every minute, so
yep.
You know that's going to take about what, 6 minutes?
Yep, absolutely. Well, here we go. We'll settle this score. But look at LaPrice Sinisek, power on the inside of the 67. If he can get him back there, make him use up those tires on that 67. We'll see what he's got. As he goes a little high, they're 3 wide back there. Boy, they're getting racy already. Like you said, the memo just got sent. Email time. Look, fellas, got to go.
Yeah, Delonte Ballard there to the inside as he is battling the 67 of Cameron Hearn. Not sure what happened to him, but I seen him do a little bit of a wiggle, maybe a little harder on the brakes. But look right behind him. There's the 97 of Nate Trito as well. He is looking to get into this battle. Yeah,
and right behind his Matt Hoover. So I'll tell you what, here comes the guy earlier on up to the front. But, man, they are just racing the 67 hard as Delonte Ballard pushes it in the 3rd spot. And we're under caution. And I think that's Daniel Haney of the 81 machine. Let's see what happened to him right here. Looks like he just lost it coming out of the turn.
Yeah, it looks like coming into turn number 3, he just hit them brakes a little too hard. They got the back end upset and set around, and coming into turn 4, just parked it sideways on the bottom of the track.
Yeah, you know, and we talk about it, we haven't really talked much about it actually, but we talk about it in the past. Brake bias definitely will have an effect on that. And you just said, we just saw it right there on the replay. Like you said, just got hard on the brakes, car just came around on him right there in the middle of the turn. You know, brake bias will do that. If you got too much brake, I think going forward to bring that rear end out. Well, boy, I tell you, can anybody do anything with that 99? Looks like they all jumped on the top of those 67 there on that restart.
Yeah, looks. I don't think we're going to see too many folks down on pit road here. Taking a look. Nope, no takers down on pit road. As you said, we are now 15 to lap go. It's go time here. So, It's go time because they got 15 laps here for fight for the checkered.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely. These guys, man, are definitely fighting for everything they've got. Look at Bryce Senesac staying in second right now. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is the B class. You're right there, Tags. It's the Xfinity cars. We call it the B cars here at iRacing. You'll hear us say that term quite a bit.
Maybe the B cars, but they're still wicked fast. And with some of the updates that iRacing's been doing, they've been getting a little hard to handle. These drivers have really had to work their wheel and throttle control here with some of these fixed setups.
Well, they tried to go the realistic route here with these cars. They've done a pretty good job with it. Some of the setups, you know, kind of hit and miss here and there depending on the track that you're at. Obviously, the spoiler a lot shorter, so not dealing with as much downforce as they're used to. A little less downforce, I think, is what they've got here. So, nonetheless, like we're saying here, it has been a little more handful than what it used to be of a car. But been a good race. Do you think Cameron Hearn's got what it takes to get back up front?
I think he does, but the only problem is he's got three very fast, very talented drivers in front of him. If he's going to get up there, he is going to have to earn it. He's got to go around Delonte Ballard, Bryce Senesac, and Mason Wetzel. But you also got to look at this too. Look who's right behind Cameron Hearn, the 97 and Nate Trito. So he's not only got fast drivers in front of him, he's got fast drivers behind him that want to get around him as well.
Absolutely. You're talking about the whole top. I'm just going to say the whole top 10, man, has got some class of the field right now. Definitely some bad, fast drivers and bad, fast cars, but been a good one so far tonight. Let's get a quick race summary right fast. 127, 140 complete, 9 lead changes, 9 cautions. Not too bad in a race for a short track. That's about typical usually, so to speak. They've had some long green flag runs here, cautions here and there. Cars just losing it, you know, and some good hard racing. We're about to see this one, though, conclude and see who can hang on. If we can see that 67, see if we can hang on. Or if that man out front, Mason Wetzel, can bring that Advocare, I hope I say that right, number 99 Ford Mustang to the win.
Well, there's one person out in the chat, Joe. Shane Keys, he just doesn't want to see a Ford to win. So I think he's hoping to see someone get around the 99 of Mason Wetzel.
Shame on you, man. I tell you what. Yes, I'm a Ford man. I love seeing it. And, so, yeah. Anyways. Well, we're going to see what happens here. So it's going to be interesting, man, as we'll see if Mason Wetzel can hold him off. I mean, because these guys are go time. Green flag in the air. He gets a good jump that time. And so does Cameron Hearn. Boy, Cameron Hearn came on the outside like a madman. If he can get around Bryce Senesac right here as he tries on the inside, Bryce goes low on him, though, there. 10 laps here left. But look at Bryce. No, and Cameron Hearn's around.
Well, like they say, Joe, one little mistake can definitely hurt you, but he didn't drop too far. He's only dropped back to the 7th position. We still have 10 laps to go, green flag racing, so he can still make that up. It's actually, he is already gaining some more positions, moving up into the 6th position. So he's already fighting his way back up.
Absolutely right there. Just like he tried just to overdrive the car just a little bit. Got heavy on the gas there. Came out of it. Boy, a good saving job by the 67 machine. You're right. He's going to try to move it back up to the front. Time's not on his side, though. So we got 8 laps to go this time by. Let me give you the 2 scenarios, Dave, and all the viewers out there. Lap 140, that ends at lap 136. Caution comes out. Guess what? That ends at 2. So when I say time's not on his side, you better get back up there and get to work, because right now Mason Wetzel, that 99 machine, is putting down some bad, fast times up front. Bryce Senesac's doing everything he can to get back up out to the bumper. Maybe we'll see the kick and run here tonight.
Well, I think we did. Well, I call it the bump and run, but we may see it, because I tell you what, that 09 of Bryce Senesac, man, he is on a roll. He is all over. He is not letting Mason Wetzel go, but while he's doing that, that's also bringing the 5 of Delonte Ballard and the 97 of Nate Trito. So as they are already starting to get into some lap traffic.
Yeah, and if they go side to side, that lap traffic right there played a little factor. The 81, they were able to get by him. Boy, look at the 97 almost lose it coming up there through the front stretch right there. If the 09 and the 99 ever get side by side, that's going to pull man Delonte and that number 97 and Nate Trito up there. As Cameron Hearns moved it back up. Like I say, he's got 5 laps to get it done to get back up front. Can he get around these other 4 drivers, though, and settle this one here tonight at Richmond?
Well, Joe, it is now 5 laps to go here, so after they cross this next start-finish line the next time, the next flag is going to end this race.
That's right. They cross it down. This time, if caution comes out, it's over with. Like you just said, but boy, look at here comes Delonte Ballard powering to the front. He pulls it in the second spot as they go around. Bryce Sinisak and falls all the way back to 4th. Nate Trito right there in 3rd. Here comes Delonte Ballard. Can the 99 hold him off? And we'll see as we're getting here in the closing laps.
Yeah, I tell you, the 99's doing a great job at keeping that space between him and Delonte Ballard. Don't really see Delonte eating too much into that. It actually looks like Mason Wetzel there is extending that gap. So, well, no, there it is. Delonte Ballard has closed it up as they are coming on. He's coming to that back deck lid as we are getting ready to come across. 2 to go.
2 to go this time by, you're right. And Mason Whistle's trying to do everything he can. Now, the thing is, catching and passing is 2 different things. We've already seen some guys lose it. But this time by, white flag in the air for that man out front, Mason Witzel there. And he's going to try to hold it off. Can Delonte Ballard just don't think he's close enough. He's going to have to make a hard charge stand here. As caution's out, I don't think that ends it, does it? I think it might.
Yeah, that's going to end the race as we are now 1 to go there, Joe.
Yes.
It looks like that caution was brought out there by the 81 of Daniel Haney.
Wow, I tell you what, we just saw the caution. We went to what's talking about right before the white flag flew. Caution flew. Now, in iRacing rules, if it would have been under the white flag, the caution flew, this one would have ended. But Mason Witzel's going to hang on to this one tonight. Delonte Ballard was trying everything he could to get there. Nate Trito was coming on strong there in 3rd. Bryce Sinisak holds on to 4th. Cameron Hearns still pulls that thing out there into the 5th spot. But, man, what an end to an awesome race here tonight at Richmond.
Yeah, an interesting fact, though. Cameron Hearns leading 79 laps tonight, coming out with a 5th place finish. Mason Wetzel leading 54 laps, coming out with the win. Nate Trito leading 4 laps, coming out 3rd. Delonte Ballard leading 2 laps tonight, coming out in the 2nd place spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, Mason Whistle's going to be one happy camper. And Shane, if you're out in the chat, Ford won. I just said, good job, man, by all these drivers. Well, these guys, man, drove the wheels off of these things.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm happy to see that Ford Mustang up front. I'm a Ford guy as well. When I race the Ford Mustang and the Fusion. Still waiting for iRacing to bring out the F-150 for the Truck Series, but don't know if it's going to happen, but I still got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, that one's going to be maybe. I'm looking for our drivers here. Mason Witzel and company. Mason Witzel, yeah, we talked to him earlier. He's down there in Law Dog. You know he's going to be a happy camper here tonight. Definitely pulling that thing off there, right place, right time. I already got Nate Trito, so I need Delonte Ballard. He used to be way down here in SRA. If he's down here.
Actually, he's in Jake Nichols Racing.
Oh, okay. Hanging out with him. All right, well, let's bring him up here. Well, he didn't have any of his other buddies out there for what's called, so hey, I'll let you get an interview there with old Nate and Delonte. We'll bring up the 3rd place man tonight, Nate Trito.
Nate Trito, this is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
So tell us a little bit about your race. We did see you start back in 21st position, and within the first 50 laps, you had cracked the top 10. So how did your car handle for you out there tonight?
Oh, the American flag service Chevrolet Camaro was, on rails for most of the race tonight. Just couldn't get there at the end. Made a little bit too many mistakes, and just at the end, I ran good at the beginning. Just at the end, I self-spun once and kept it going and got the EOL. And then pit strategy And, I pitted, and then the caution came out, was the lucky dog, had to start behind all the lap cars. So that kind of put a little bit of hindering getting back into the top 5 there late in the race. But, was able to make a move, followed Delonte, my teammate for tonight, up from the 4th to the 3rd spot, and then ride right there. But, I feel like if the race would have went one more lap without the caution coming out, it'd have been definitely a different ending.
Yeah, most definitely. As we definitely had fun watching you fight your way from the back to the front. If there was anything you could have done differently tonight's race, is there anything you would have done a little differently?
I think just pit a little bit later. That was the start of the downhill trend for tonight's race. Just pitted a little bit too soon, but that was my call on tires, and was hoping it was going to work out in such a way, but got trapped a lap down and had to be the lucky dog. So I think if I had to change anything, it'd just be pit a little bit sooner, or a little bit later.
Yeah, most definitely at a track like this, pit strategy definitely plays out. Before we let you go, is there any shout outs or final thanks you'd like to give?
Barricade Flasher Service for hopping on board. You guys for the broadcast, and ExtremeMotorsports99.com for the races.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish, and we'll see you out here again next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, well, that's Nate Trito, man. One happy camper right there. Definitely a man who looking good. Let's go to our 2nd place man, though, tonight. Delonte Ballard, call him the showstopper there, Dave. He's going to be a happy camper also.
Delonte Ballard, this is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a heck of a race there as we were watching you try to get up onto that 99 of Mason Wetzel. Can you tell us about the last few laps there before that last caution come out?
I would just say I was just figuring the car out. It was kind of hectic. You had to have a lot of throttle control tonight to keep it from spinning off of 2. Really upset that the same guy wants to bring out 3 cautions and kind of change the outcome of that race. Mesa ran a hell of a race, but I'm pretty sure he was looking in the rearview mirror the last few laps because he knew I was coming. I just hated the fact that I couldn't get a chance to get to him. He messed up going into 3 right there. It could have been my opportunity to get him down in the 1, taking the white flag. But unfortunately, you got some guys that don't know how to just keep the tires up under it and not spin it, coming to the white flag. So that ruined my chances of winning.
Yeah, most definitely is. We had definitely seen the track was definitely getting a lot of drivers there, especially on turn 2. How was the tire wear out there tonight? Was there a lot of fall off on the tires?
To me, I don't think the tires was falling off as much. To lap times, yeah, but in the feeling of the car, not so much. It was a couple times where you'll just hit your marks, and for some reason it'll just snap loose out of a second. You can run the same consistent line every lap, and it would just be different depending on how you get to the throttle. So there was a couple times where I got on the throttle and just thought, what the hell is going on here? Why is it snapping loose? I've been running the same line the whole race, but I wouldn't blame that on the tires. I'll probably blame that more on the throttle control, or maybe I was getting to the throttle too soon off the apex or something. I don't know, but to me, the tire wear, it didn't affect me. The car handled the same way all night, just snap loose off the exit.
Yeah, most definitely. But you'll have a week here to rebound, and we'll see you next week. And before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Of course, I want to give a shout out to you guys, you and Joe, for putting on the broadcast. I just got done talking to Joe not too long ago when I was in my 410 race back in the SRA race. I want to thank those guys back at SRA, Alan Elwood, of course, last year's champion in the B Series here. Painter on my car, he's also my main sponsor. All the guys back at Slip Angle, all my teammates, Ray, Zelensky, back for everybody, that helps us do what we do on the sim. Just everybody just puts in effort and everything we do on iracing.
Yeah, most definitely there, Delonte. Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you out here next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, Dave, I'll tell you what, man, that's another happy camper, man, from the SRA camp right there. You're right. Delonte Ballard, man, looking good. Well, I'm going to head off down here to Victor Lane because we got another happy one here. Mason Wetzel was able to hold them off here in that number 99 machine here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, Richmond International Speedway for the Xfinity Series. Let's get a talk with our winner here tonight, Mason Wetzel. Mason Whistle, Joe White in the booth, got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've definitely got to be one happy camper out there. We talked to you right in one of the cautions. You definitely said you had a good car. You're just trying to be patient. Well, you were patient enough to bring it home tonight. Looking good here. You were the winner here at Richmond International Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Xfinity Series. How's it feel to bring home the victory?
Feels good. Law Dog Motorsports keeping it up with the Truck Series and now Xfinity, so I feel good. Good team win.
Absolutely. Man, a few words, but I tell you what, you definitely, when you get behind the wheel, you let your actions speak for yourself right there. Definitely had a bad, fast machine out there all night long. How was the track? How was the battle between you and Cameron? Do you think you had enough to maybe run him down earlier on?
Under green flag, I wasn't going to catch him. I got an EOL there, changed lanes before the restart on that first or second restart. So I just took my time coming back to the front. And when I saw he pitted early, strategy was just to stay out and watch cars were spinning out, just hoping for a yellow to trap him a lap down.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely, that's what I'm saying. He went into the pits, he got caught back there, and it was all yours from the get-go. All you had to do was just maintain and be kind of just, like you said, patient up front. But you're the winner here tonight at Richmond. You got anybody out there you want to thank?
It's John Houston, Tom Wetmore, and Rick Donathan, Law Dog Motorsports, and Nick Hunt spotting and helping me out.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you're definitely right. As a Law Dog Motorsports put that thing in victory lane here, along with Mason Witzel on that 99 Ford Mustang Advocare machine. Look good here at Richmond. Congratulations again. I know it's going to be a party, man, down there in the pit road.
All right, man. Thanks for everything you do. The broadcast fantastic. I watch it every night, rewatch the race, so keep it up.
All right, man. I appreciate it as always. Thank you again, Mason.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Dave, let's get a running order here of our results, because tonight Mason Witzel did pull it off here. Delonte Ballard came up in second. Nate Trito powered it back up into third. Bryce Senesac there in fourth. Cameron Hearn in fifth. Mike Franklin there in sixth. Dwayne Cumberson seventh. Matt Hoover finished off in eighth. Ethan Kurtz, good night for him, in ninth. Tyler C. Daniels rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, finishing 11th. The Nick Hunt in 11th. Colton Lane finishing 12th. Mike Rumminger finishing in 13th. Matthew Walzenbach finishing 14th. Keith Haney 15th. Daniel Haney finishing in 16th position. James Thorndike, good run tonight, finishing 17th. Richie Evans finishing 18th. Davis Richard 19th. And Eric Tesk rounding out your top 20.
Yeah, 21st got John Houston, Aiden Young right there in 22nd. David Elliott 23rd. And Mason Kane rounding out 24th position. Well, tell you what, this race brought it all here tonight. We had great racing, long green flag, some cautions there, beating and banging, awesome pit strategies up front, great race, battles throughout the field. What do you think? Any final words, Dave?
Just great racing. I mean, we had battles all over the track. As you said, we got to see a long green flag run, some green flag pit stops. So I think we saw just about everything that you could ask for in a short track race.
Absolutely, you're definitely right. Well, this is awesome. If you like the Richmond International Speedway, you're going to like it even more, because we're back here again, OSR Network. As tomorrow night, we'll be here, man, Richmond International Speedway for the Cup Series. Old Dre, man, he's going to be over there, man, with Upper Edge Racing, though, man. Don't know where they're at tomorrow night. Where they at tomorrow night, Dave?
I'm not exactly sure here. I think they're... yeah, that's bad. I know. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just been a long week at work, so let me take a look here at the schedule. Jeez, Joe, caught me off guard.
Trying to get the man to help out here. Look, he ain't even prepared.
Well, I'm kind of...
Well, I tell you what, folks. Go subscribe to Dre Broadcast Network on YouTube, and y'all definitely find out where he's at tomorrow night on Thursday. Auto Club. There you go. Auto Club Speedway. Awesome. Well, either one, definitely check us out, man, tomorrow night as we got some racing action, man, here on iRacing. As always, we appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Everyone, have a good night.